Now in 4 News Now, over 900,000 people in Washington depend on food assistance, and some programs could run out of funding if the government shutdown continues. We'll show you what families are doing to get by.
I am tracking some gorgeous fall weather, but don't get too comfortable because I'm also tracking another round of rain on the way. I'll show you when it's going to arrive in the first alert forecast.
And we'll show you the alley Gonzaga Prep calls their biggest safety concern and how city officials plan to shut it down to protect students. You're watching a special edition of 4 News Now.
All right, it is do or die time for the Mariners. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. We are joined by Mia Green. It is a big night for the M's. Mia, my heart is beating really fast.
Yeah, and I mean, a win tonight would mean the M's would finally take off the label as being the only team in the MLB that hasn't made it to the World Series. We've got the latest here from the Mariners. It's 3-1 in the middle of the 7th. This is a huge game for the M's. History is in the making right now. Stay with us.
We are all on the edge of our seats.
It's actually a good thing I have this jacket on because you don't want to see my armpits right now because it's too much like nervous energy.
Well, we'll have to save some of that energy for the Seahawks, who is just getting underway. They're taking on the Houston Texans at home. That's going on right now, and this is the update. The score is 7-0, and that is the second of 2 games tonight for Monday Night Football. And where you just saw the Buccaneers take on onto the Detroit Lions, this is the play of the game. This is what we got for you. Check this out. Goff hands it off to Jahmyr Gibbs. There he goes, right up the middle. He turns on the Jets. It's a foot race, but he's quick and he's gone. Jahmyr Gibbs for 78-yard touchdown run. And that's no surprise from the speed man himself. And check out this Spider-Man celebration from him. Look at that. Wow. And we'll have more updates for you later in the show. A thriller for all fans in the world of sports. Stay with us.
All right, Mia, thank you. Around the nation now.
The motion is not agreed to.
For the 11th time, lawmakers in our nation's capital failed to come up with a deal to reopen the government. The government has now been shut down for 20 days, and millions of federal workers have either been furloughed or are working without pay.
Republicans once again blaming Democratic lawmakers for refusing to reopen the government.
Now that Democrats have had their protest and publicity stunts, I just pray that they come to their senses and end this shutdown and reopen the government this week. Republicans are waiting, the American people are waiting, and we are ready to act.
Senate Democrats say they won't reopen the government unless they have more information from Congress. And we will have more for you on this story and several others coming up in just a moment. Well, if the deal isn't reached soon, millions could be at risk of losing food stamps.
Yeah, that's because the food assistance program is only funded through the end of the month. As of right now, it is unclear if the Trump administration will step in to fund the program. Derek Strom spoke with a woman who relies on food stamps about the uncertain future.
Over 500,000 households in Washington are enrolled in food assistance programs, which adds up to over 900,000 people. But some of those programs may run out of funding at the end of this month if the government shutdown continues. Devon Lunsford relies on food stamps or SNAP benefits to help feed her family. She's worried about how she'll feed her family if the funding stops.
It's really scary. Coming from a family of 7, having 5 children, not knowing if I'm going to be able to support my family. And even with the job, things have been hard.
Lunsford has been coming to the Caritas Food Bank in Spokane for the last 6 months. She hopes the community will step up to help people facing food insecurity if the government shutdown lasts into November.
If you know someone that's struggling, put a food box together yourself if you can. If you can't give, volunteer time. Even letting people know about the resources in the community.
Regardless of whether the government shutdown is resolved this month or not, Caritas says there are more and more households signing up for its services every time it's open, and it's doing its best to make sure these shelves are always stocked.
We're seeing young single women who have full custody of children. They've been utilizing our food bank, and our veterans and our seniors, they started coming back.
Caritas Executive Director says around 75% of the people it serves are on a food assistance program, and she says they're seeing double to triple the amount of households signing up for the food bank compared to 2 years ago, so they could use your help to fill their pantries. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Certainly felt cooler out during dinner break, and as we're getting closer to these wet season.
Yeah, start getting used to it, right? It's fall now in the inland Northwest. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with that first alert forecast.
Yes, the wet season is underway after a soggy weekend, which I'll be recapping here in a little bit. And now we're just in between storm systems. It's 48 and mostly cloudy in Spokane right now, 49 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Enjoy pretty fall weather tomorrow. We'll start the day off with partly cloudy skies and 35 degrees. Winds will remain light throughout the day. Will be 52 by noon with lots of sunshine. We're actually going to be warming up a little above average. Our average high 55 will top out at 59 with mostly sunny skies. Sunset now is in the 5 o'clock hour, so already cooling off and getting dark by 6 o'clock. Around the region, you'll find temperatures in the 50s to the 60s, 61 in downtown, 60 in Spokane Valley, and 9 Mile, 59 tomorrow in Meade. Region-wide temperatures ranging from 68 degrees in Lewiston to 55 tomorrow in Sandpoint. I will tell you about the wet weather that's on the way in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. A woman expressed her frustration with the Spokane court system today after her brother was shot and killed earlier this month. 32-year-old Andre Moore was in court today to face charges for the murder of Derek Schaefer. According to court documents, Moore stalked Schaefer and planned to ambush him. The two apparently knew each other and had an argument earlier that night. Prosecutors brought up Moore's long criminal history in court today, including being convicted of burglary and organized retail theft. He also had 25 misdemeanors. Schaefer's sister told the judge the court system failed her brother because Moore should not have been on the street since he was already awaiting trial on a previous gun charge.
I just feel really let down by the courts right now because of the gun charge that he was OR'd twice on 19 days before he killed my brother.
Investigators say Moore is a known downtown criminal. He's being held on $1 million bond and will be back in court this Thursday. Well, Gonzaga Prep calls it their biggest safety threat to students, and they're demanding the city take action.
Yeah, there's an alley parents specifically avoid when dropping off their teens, and now the school is pushing to close it off. So here's the alley. It runs along the west side of campus between Euclid and Cleveland Avenue. Hunter Bertram shows us the issues up close.
The problems in this alleyway are right in front of us. There's graffiti covering the walls, including these fences to Gonzaga's baseball field. But the graffiti barely scratches the surface. Hidden among the colorful fall leaves, drug foil, empty liquor bottles, broken glass, and even feces. All of this just yards away from where hundreds of teenagers walk to school each day.
Gonzaga Prep has experienced a lot of criminal activity in that alley, so they would actually like to vacate it.
Today, city staff formally introduced the vacate request at a public meeting. Gonzaga Prep calls this pathway their biggest safety concern, and they want it gone. The plan to put up gates at both ends and keep it closed off. They've teamed up with neighboring businesses in this ask.
But they have experienced a lot of criminal activity in there. The adjoining businesses appear to be all for it.
But there's finger pointing over who's to blame. Most businesses point to Family Haven Apartments, Catholic Charities, transitional housing at the south end of the alley. Catholic Charities supports closing the alley, but insists these problems existed before they built here. When asked if there were other solutions besides shutting down the alley entirely, the city had this to say.
So far, we haven't come up with any good ones at this point in time.
Police agree. They told the school closing it off is likely the only fix. Right now, officers can't remove bad actors for trespassing because this is public property. But if the street is vacated and made private, police could. The proposal now moves through city channels where staff and the alley neighbors will also decide who pays for closure costs and relocating utilities. It'll be months before any gates go up, but for staff at Gonzaga Prep, that day can't come soon enough. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Voters in Spokane will soon decide the fate of the $440 million Together Spokane initiative. The plan is made up of two parts: a $240 million levy for the Spokane Parks and Recreation Department and a $200 million bond for Spokane Public Schools. Organizers say this plan will fund over 200 projects across the city. And we're sure we have questions on what this could mean for your neighborhood. And that's why this week we're going in depth on the park levy to make sure you're informed when you make your decision. You can head to our Facebook page and let us know what questions you have about the parks portion of the Together Spokane plan.
Our new true crime streaming series, 509's Most Notorious Crimes, has another episode coming out this week. Hear about the story of Tom DiBartolo, who killed his wife at Lincoln Park in 1998. We'll talk about how he lied to the public, claiming she was killed by strangers, and the road law enforcement took to ultimately get the man convicted. That's coming up this Wednesday at 7 p.m. You can catch the whole thing free of charge and without ads on our streaming app, KXLY Plus. Download it now on any smart TV.
All right, still ahead here on 4 News Now.
Hey, there's a house stuck in the middle of Freya.
We'll show you how an entire home got stuck on the road in Spokane and why moving houses is more common than you might think. That's next on 4 News Now.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest. 4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
At Perfection Tire, your safety is our top priority with superior tire brands like Cooper, Nokian, and Toyo tires.
Plan ahead and save with Perfection's preseason pricing going on now. We have everything your vehicle needs for winter driving.
It's that time of year to get fall flooring specials from Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
Get your home ready for the holidays with big fall savings on new vinyl, hardwood, or laminate flooring from the pros at Windsor Plywood.
Maybe your home project is possible, and maybe those unexpected bills are more manageable than you think. Maybe investing in your business is the right move right now. Because BECU is making it easier with reduced rates on loans for a limited time. So maybe all you need is a financial partner whose goal is to help you reach yours. Check today's rates at becu.org/great rates.
I was 44, working part-time. It was my first mammogram, and they found a few cancerous places in my left breast. I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't feel sick. I didn't have a lump in my breast. There was nothing. I wasn't afraid I was going to die. My first fear was, how am I going to tell my daughter? As a result of early detection, I didn't have to do chemotherapy. I just did surgery and radiation. Was able to maintain a good quality of life, and now it's a distant memory.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
Don't get left out in the cold.
Beat the crowds and save with Perfection Tire's preseason pricing. Plus, get expert winter service with our certified technicians to keep your car running smoothly all season long.
Nobody beats perfection.
Well, it's not every day you wake up and see a whole house moved into your neighborhood overnight. But this was the scene on the South Hill this weekend. The first of 2 houses was moved onto Mount Vernon Street on Saturday. The next one is due in a few weeks.
Yeah, they're actually being moved from Gonzaga's campus. Mary Sheridan explains why these houses are getting a fresh start.
You can see this house still has a ways to go before it's safe for people to move in. It's still missing a few elements at this point, most notably the roof.
It's a lot cheaper to cut the roof off and replace it with a new roof than it is to pay all the line charges. And that could be north of $20,000 for the distance of this move and moving the house.
Making sure a house fits under overpass clearances is just one of the many logistics Saul Breithopt has to consider in his job. He owns Spokane House Moving, and for the past few months, he's been working with Gonzaga University to move 2 houses off their campus.
This is the purest form of recycling. You save the whole house. I mean, that's tons of materials not going to a landfill. Also, there's historical preservation. The house gets a new home, a new life in a nice neighborhood.
One of its new neighbors is Carol McVicker.
This other side, we call it the pit because that's what it is right now.
Carol lives right across from the pit, and she says the last few months have been noisy and dusty. But ultimately, the move has been fascinating.
I looked out and it was coming up the street. And it was so exciting, to just see a house in the middle of the street.
On the night of the move, she and her neighbor caught some of the moving process on camera, including when the house got stuck in a median.
Just said, hey, there's a house stuck in the middle of Freya.
McVicker says a while back, townhomes were supposed to be built in the natural area adjacent to Lincoln Park. Now, she welcomes the historic houses.
They seem to fit the neighborhood rather than multi-story townhomes.
The second house is supposed to be moved in a few weeks. We're still waiting to hear from Gonzaga University about why they gave away the 2 houses and what will fill their spaces on campus. For 4 News Now, I'm Mary Sheridan.
Temperatures right about average today. 53, just a hair below our average high of 55. We started the day off at 35 degrees. Sunset 5:52. I will be back with some wetter weather in the forecast after the break.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
This month, get spooktacular savings on new Sierra 1500 Denali's with $16,250 off or 0% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
For over 50 years, North Idaho Urology has been the trusted leader in urological care. From routine checkups to advanced prostate cancer treatment, our expert team is dedicated to your health every step of the way. With cutting-edge technology, personalized care, and locations in Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and Sandpoint, we're here when you need us most. Don't wait. Early detection saves lives. Schedule your appointment today at niurology.com or call 208-667-0621.
Whether you're an architect, contractor, or owner-builder, the windows and doors you choose matter. That's why at Northwest Window and Door, we choose Marvin's Ultrex products. Pultruded Ultrex fiberglass is 8 times stronger than vinyl and 3 times stronger than Fibrex, the composite our competitors are using. Marvin's Ultrex products are engineered to outperform in strength, stability, and energy efficiency, a difference you can see and feel for decades. Get 3 quotes. Make sure one's ours. You'll be glad you did. Get Marvin's Ultrex products at Northwest Window and Door.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we let our reviews speak for themselves. To see more of our reviews, just go to goldsealplumbing.com/reviews.
Gold Seal Plumbing, we're on our way.
When it comes to taking care of your car, trust the family-owned service department that puts you first. At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we don't just fix cars, we keep your family safe on the road. With no hidden fees or surprise charges, you'll always know exactly what you're paying for. And with us, you only pay a 6% tax on parts, never on labor. Come to Coeur d'Alene Honda, where quality service meets honest pricing every time. Call us to schedule an appointment today.
This month, get spooktacular savings on new Sierra 2500 HD Denali's up to $15,000 off or 3.9% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Well, despite knowing Chris's forecast for rain over the weekend, I still forgot to take in like the outdoor cushions, like on the patio furniture.
Yeah.
So they're all wet.
I did reschedule my family photos, and it all worked out. Sorry about your cushions.
I think you pretty much time to move the cushions in for the season. La Nina weather has arrived with only a few breaks. Here's 4 things to know about your weather. We've got some clouds overnight, mostly sunny, beautiful Tuesday. We have a brief warming trend. We'll be in the 60s for Wednesday, and then another wet weekend, and that actually kicks off on Friday. First of all, I want to show you we did not have any rain today, but we are gaining on our average. We've had over 9 inches now, thanks to some rain over the weekend, and we may end up all right by the time 2025 is over. This weekend, we picked up 0.8 of an inch of rain out at the airport in Spokane. You may have had more at your house, and that brings our total to the month to over 1.5 inches in Spokane. We are already above average, and here we are only on the 20th. Above average for the first time since February, and we've had some really dry months we're making up for. So the news is good, and we're actually above average for the past 30 days. This is our map that shows the percent of average for the first time in a long time below average on the Palouse. You've been getting the good rains here lately. We have a 90% chance of rain on the way Friday, and that's going to continue, that chance of rain through the weekend. Ridge of high pressure will allow systems that move in off the Pacific to fade before they can bring any precipitation until we get into Friday. The next front moves in, and this one is going to tap into some moisture originating down around the Hawaiian Islands. Looks like another atmospheric river. Your planning forecast then, dry through Thursday and then wet through the rest of the 7-day forecast, starting to dry off a little bit by Monday. Also some cool days ahead with highs only in the 40s, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. State officials are asking people to check their carbon monoxide detectors after 2 people died and hundreds were exposed to the deadly gas last year in Washington. Carbon monoxide is an odorless and colorless gas that can be fatal if undetected. The United States Fire Administration reports more than 150 deaths are caused by carbon monoxide exposure every year nationwide. The State Fire Marshal's Office is reminding people to install detectors on every level of their home, especially near bedrooms. Officials say you should test those detectors monthly, replace the batteries every year, and get a new unit every 5 to 7 years.
A new state-of-the-art breast health center is being built near downtown Spokane, and here is what it will look like when construction is complete. Patients can get high-quality imaging, faster follow-up screenings, and same-day biopsies. It's being built on Stevens Street near Sacred Heart Children's Hospital. It's set to open next September.
Still ahead, we'll show you how Spokane schools are making sure kids have basic hygiene items like toothpaste and shampoo.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I'm a real wild one.
Some days are the fun days. The days you get to go wild. Which makes the Ford Ranger perfect for you. Made to haul, made for the trail, and made for any wild idea you've got. Get a wild deal on a Ranger today. Lease a 2025 Ford Ranger Super Crew 4x4 for just $279 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
For over 90 years, McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows has been making homes more energy efficient and beautiful. And right now, during our anniversary sale, we're offering financing where you can replace up to 10 windows and a patio door for just $199 a month. Or you can add a new roof with the window package for $399 a month. And if you want a trifecta of roof, windows, and new siding, how does $799 a month sound? At McVeigh Brothers, we're working for you.
Every day, our customers experience that moment. The moment when the decision is made and the train has left the station. When there's nothing left to do but lean forward and watch a little piece of the future unfold right before your dilated pupils. It only lasts a heartbeat or two, and some moments end better than others. But whatever the outcome, there's never a dull moment at Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
Today through this Monday, if you're hunting for the best selection of sporty used trucks and four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive SUVs,
we got them, and we are pricing them right to move them out.
Which means it's the perfect time to upgrade your vehicle to a better set of wheels before the winter months arrive. Bag a truck and save $1. Plus, this week, Cal is offering a minimum $2,000 trade-in for your old ride.
You want it? Cal's got it.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
Well, today, over 3,000 pounds of donated hygiene products were delivered to Spokane Public Schools. This delivery marked the end of this year's Hope for Kids Hygiene Drive. It is a partnership between KXLY, the nonprofit Project Beauty Share, and Numerica Credit Union.
Now, this drive aimed to fill an important need for students and their families. Our Madeline Mullins shares just how well they did that.
It wasn't long after the final boxes of deodorant, shampoo, and toothpaste were delivered that employees at Spokane Public Schools quickly began picking out what they want for their students.
They go so fast. It's absolutely incredible how quickly things go.
Soon, these items will find their ways into school nurses' offices, supply closets, food pantries, in the hands of kids who need them most.
Right now, over 1,000 kids who have been identified as experiencing housing instability so far this school year, and we have many more students who are low income or having crises in the home that will benefit from having hygiene items.
And the need at schools is growing. And that's why this hygiene drive was created.
It's just an important thing of life to be able to have these items. If you're not clean and you don't have these items, you can't go to work, you can't go to school.
This hygiene drive collected around $500,000 worth of products. In Spokane Public Schools, it's just one of 9 districts that received these items.
We served 9 school districts for all the way from Medical Lake to Coeur d'Alene, 10,000 pounds distributed between 9 school districts. 77,000 students served.
Most of these products are basic items many people take for granted. But some are specialty items like fancy shampoo that some children don't have the luxury of using.
It is shocking to see how many people came together to donate items, to see the 6 pallets that are here and know that that's just a small portion of what we gathered.
But the items will run out and the need will still be here, which is why Project Beauty Share hopes to continue this drive year after year. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
It's here, the Red Tag Model Year-End Clearance Event. On now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Save thousands with factory discounts and clearance pricing. New travel trailers from $15,990. Fifth wheels from $39,990. Motorhomes from $89,990. Shop the Northwest's largest pre-owned RV inventory. Prepped and ready to go. Free parking, free admission, free food Friday and Saturday. The Red Tag Model Year-End Clearance Event. On now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake or online at rnrrv.com.
Kubota sales are looking great. What is going on in the parking lot out there?
Oh, that's our tailgate party to get the Cougs all pumped for their next big game. And around here, Kubota's all about winning.
Tailgates, Cougs, and Kubotas. That's how we roll. Visit any of our 5 Adams Tractor locations and get your Kubota today. Proud sponsor of Washington State Athletics. Go Cougs.
Last year, I found my daughter playing with a piece of foil, and my world stopped. The panic hit me, fentanyl. her future, everything flashing before my eyes. Now she's scared to touch anything on the ground. That is unacceptable. I'm Alejandro Barrientos, and she is the reason why I'm running for city council. I support Prop 1, and my opponent does not. I work to make Spokane more affordable for families and seniors and reduce homelessness with compassion and accountability. I'm Alejandro Barrientos, and I ask for your vote.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
Well, welcome into sports, folks. The M's are in action right now in the ALCS. Winner takes all, and they're looking to do something they've never done before, make an appearance in the World Series, and history's in the making right now, but we have the latest update for you. It's the top of the ninth. The Blue Jays are on top 4-3. The M's have had their fans hanging on to the edge of their seats throughout this roller coaster of an emotional series, but that's the update for you as of right now. And you know, there's still a bit of baseball to be played, so don't get too worried yet. And the Seahawks are also now underway against the Houston Texans. Both teams are trying to get the lead early, but I mean, look at the Seahawks. They're up 14-0, so that's the lead right now. We'll have the full highlights on this Monday night showdown on Nightside. Of course, make sure you stick with us for that too. And another night, another battle on the ice for the Kraken. You're looking at the final score. Flyers took the win 5-2. Kraken's next game is tomorrow versus the Washington Capitals at 4 p.m. We'll also have those full highlights from this game for you on Nightside. And a familiar face that we've got here on a powerhouse on the ice. Former Chief who made a name for himself is now suited up with the Kraken. Who other than Berkeley Catton? Making his debut tonight, he made his mark as a fan favorite here in Spokane, and now Seattle gets to watch him rise. And we have your Game of the Week voting open now. We've got some good choices for you. Meade at Gonzaga Prep, University at Cheney, and Lewiston at Lakeland. Head to KXLY.com to cast your vote. And still a lot on the line here in the rest of the night. How are you guys feeling now?
Not great.
No.
Not great. No. But I don't know. We're hoping to see maybe a pinch hitter here for the Rams in the ninth. They got to make something happen.
Just deep breath.
We'll be right back.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome Broadway's Rock of Ages, the driving music force that rocked Broadway and millions of fans in the groundbreaking show Rock of Ages live in concert at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, November 20th. Get your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
Maybe your home project is possible, and maybe those unexpected bills are more manageable than you think. Maybe investing in your business is the right move right now. Because BECU is making it easier with reduced rates on loans for a limited time. So maybe all you need is a financial partner whose goal is to help you reach yours. Check today's rates at becu.org/great rates.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay up.
Call Russell and Hill.
It's time for 4 News Now, Coats for Kids. Drop off new or gently used coats at any of our sponsored locations. We'll bring them to Alsco for professional cleaning, then get them out to local children in need. Donate coats for kids through October 31st.
Share the warmth and do good this winter. Buy a gently used coat for a child at Goodwill and donate in store. Or bring in a new or gently used coat. Every donated coat helps a child stay warm this winter. Together, let's change lives and keep lots of kids warm this winter.
There's a reason the F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. Features, power, and price make the F-150 a no-brainer. And for 2025, you now have over 13,000 pounds of towing capacity and even hands-free driving available. Our team at Wendell Ford is proud of this truck. It's one of the reasons we've been around for over 80 years. When buying your new truck, think Wendell Ford. Drive for generations.
Reclaim your garage this summer. Eagle Rock RV and Boat Storage has units to fit your personal property, boats, RVs, and more. Open 7 days a week, extra wide drive aisles, state-of-the-art security, and great customer service. Eagle Rock RV and Boat Storage is the perfect fit for your storage needs.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
Pretty fall weather for the next 3 days. Enjoy it, rake those leaves, do those chores, and then the rain moves in.
Keep thinking it's time to buy the pumpkins. It's probably time, but I need to bring them in when it rains.
Pumpkins can get wet.
I know, but then they get soggy and then the mold comes out.
That's a
We don't need to
good
talk
point.
about that.
Just don't carve them yet. All right, 2 outs left for the Mariners, trying to have a 9th inning rally here. We'll see you at 11 for Nightside.